Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. And today we're going to be talking about the Sirian Gateway, which involves, of course, the 7-7 portal. And this year is a 7-year, making it a 7-7-7 portal. That's right, triple sevens. This is a big dynamic energy, which is then, of course, preparing us and then moving us through towards the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, which is, of course, the most infamous portal of the year, pretty much any year. Next year, it's going to be really interesting because next year is an 8-year, so it's going to be the 888 Lionsgate portal. But right now, we're in the 7-7-7, which is really, right, when we think about 7-7-7, I mean, those of us who are watching this channel, this might not be the first thing that we think of, but the average person probably thinks of like a slot machine when you hit all sevens, right? That beautiful and beneficial good luck. And we do have Jupiter very active in the astrology during the 7-7-7 portal. So that may not be that far off, as a matter of fact. We're going to talk about all the powerful energies we have going on this week. And we're going to begin this week and this gateway, this Sirian Gateway, on June 30th. Because June 30th, to me, feels like the opening of these energies. And we have some interesting astrology going on the 30th as well. And all the planets that we're going to begin mentioning here, you're going to see a pattern as we have certain planets that are really active during this 7-7 portal, the Sirian Gateway. And we call this the Sirian Gateway because on the 6th of July, the Sun and Sirius are conjunct. And so we're moving through this gateway of energy where we are very close. The Sun is passing through and being activated by the star Sirius. And Sirius is known by many as our spiritual sun. All right, a lot of people attribute our higher spiritual selves and that aspect of our essence to the star Sirius. Temples going back thousands and thousands of years. Ancient temples, so thousands of years is like a great understatement of how far back this energy goes, of temples being aligned to connect with and align with the star Sirius, otherwise known as the dog star. The Egyptians revered Sirius very greatly as well. It is known to some as the home of the Egyptian gods. This is where they believed the deities of Egypt resided. Just a lot of deep, profound mythology here and a lot of powerful energy where we have respected and revered the star Sirius since essentially the beginning of time, because it is so powerful, so potent, and such an important aspect of this universe. Really kind of like, the way that I'm seeing it now is it's like our spiritual battery. And so as our physical sun passes through this gateway, right, and is activated by our spiritual sun, the exact activation of which happens at 14 degrees of Cancer, where Sirius is currently located, on the 6th of July. We're receiving major upgrades. We're receiving major downloads. We are coming into alignment with our higher selves. That's what the 7-7-7 portal and the 7-7 portal every year is all about, is merging and coming into alignment more deeply and powerfully with the higher self, which is what we're seeking to do at all times. But we are especially tuned in and tapped in during this Sirian Gateway, and we are receiving powerful healing codes and energies, light codes, activations. This year, a lot of downloads, and you're going to find out why as we go through the astrology here from Sirius throughout this entire week. So, other planets, I'll just list them off before we get into some of the astrologies here. And there will be a card pull for those who are new to this channel as we move forward with the reading here. So I will do my best to timestamp that in the description box below. If I forget, somebody please remind me. So the big players as far as the planets go: Sun and the moon, of course. We have a full moon in Capricorn happening on the 3rd, and we are going to get into that. We also have Venus and Mars as big players, and they are within a few degrees of each other, so as close to conjunct as they are going to come this year in the sign of Leo. We have Saturn very active, currently in retrograde in the sign of Pisces, and we know what that's all about. Check out the Saturn retrograde video and the Saturn in Pisces video if you guys have not watched those yet. Big, important energies to understand that we're working with right now. Uranus, big player. The nodes, very active, big players. Juno, Chiron, Jupiter. All right, these are the major planets that we are going to see. Did I say Mercury? If I didn't, Mercury as well. That we're going to see active. So we have Mercury and Uranus, the higher mind and the lower mind, both being activated here. We have our masculine and feminine energies with Venus and Mars here being highly activated. We have our true unique self, right, with that Uranian energy here, which is also the higher mind. So we mentioned that kind of twice here. We have the consciousness, and then we have the emotional body with the moon. So really all aspects of our being, all of our personal planets. Yeah, very active during this moon, as well as the nodes of fate. I mean, just big stuff, you guys. So we're going to get into it without further ado and start with the 30th of June. So on the 30th of June, we have an alignment or conjunction here between the Sun and Mercury, with Juno a few degrees off. And because Juno is also very active during the 777 gateway, Juno feels, even though Juno represents marriage and that kind of partnership typically, I'm feeling it as an energy of calling in soul tribe as well. So calling in, activating those connections with soul family. So pay attention to the people you meet who feel like home during this week. The people you meet who are those souls that you connect with right away. And really, I feel like some people are going to be recognizing soul family that you didn't even realize that have already been in your life for quite some time. And you did not even, like, I feel like on the fringes, like acquaintances almost. And then all of a sudden you recognize them for who they truly are. There's going to be a lot of aha moments coming through as we move through this week. All right, so we have Juno, the Sun, and Mercury all lined up here. And they are part of a grand water trine. So they're all in the sign of Cancer. All right. And then they are trining the South Node in the sign of Scorpio. And the Saturn. Saturn retrograde in the sign of Pisces. All right, so this is a beautiful energy here, and this energy is really seeking, what I feel like is that this is a huge karmic clearing when it comes to relationships. Really clearing. It's like as we are bringing in more of our soul tribe during the 7-7 gateway, we're releasing more of that which is not. All right, this includes people that were like our soulmates and partners for a specific chapter of our lives. For some people, perhaps many chapters, but simply are not resonating with us anymore. Those people are going to be released. Old habits in relationships, definitely when it comes to romantic relationships, clearing out. If there's been a karmic relationship that you have just not been able to end, or that you have ended, say, multiple times, but it keeps popping back up. They keep coming back up in your reality. You keep engaging with them. You're going to have this burst of energy and clarity that allows you to, gives you the opportunity to really break through that, to release that. We're releasing contracts, soul contracts, and we're moving on to higher and deeper and more profound and soulful connections that are more compatible to the vibration that we are currently at. All right. And that's what it's really all about. If you are still compatible vibrationally with certain people, they will remain in your life. If you are not, then there's going to be a big push to clear out that energy. All right. And the habits and patterns and belief systems related to relationships. All right. So all of that releasing. Old stories too. I'm feeling like stories that we've been attached to about ourselves, not just relating to relationships and our interactions with other people, but any of the stories we tell about us. We tell ourselves about who we are, right? Those identities that we have constructed throughout our lifetime, releasing those, peeling away another layer of that to get And it makes sense, right? Because what are we doing? When we connect more with the higher self, we're releasing more of the ego self. All right? And it's a very fascinating thing, the higher self, and this understanding that we are our higher selves, right? We are a fractal or a version, an experience of our higher selves. And we are because like that Rumi quote says, right? What does it say? I am a drop in the ocean. I am the ocean in a drop. That's the energy when it comes to the higher self, right? We are a fractal, an aspect of the higher self, but we are, of course, the totality of the higher self as well, because we are the same. We are one and the same. But when we fractalize, right, which means the higher self takes a fractal, in essence, a piece of its consciousness, and sends it forth to incarnate, to have its own individual journey, to have its own individuation through the experiences that each fractal uniquely has in all the dimensions that they incarnate in, right? Because each fractal of us, every aspect of our essence is multidimensional, right? So the higher self sends forth this fractal, all right, which incarnates in all these different dimensions, has all of these different powerful and profound experiences, and garners sort of an identity and a uniqueness from that. And with Uranus in the mix a lot during this, that uniqueness of this particular fractal or spark of our higher self's essence, the importance of that is, I think, really going to be emphasized. So even as we are merging and aligning more with the higher self, we are also individuating more deeply in some ways. It's a really interesting paradox that I'm feeling or sensing here. It's like the higher self, because I don't know, is receiving its own activation through us or something. Because the whole point of the journey of the higher self, right, when it fractalizes, is to enrich itself, ourself, through the variety, the myriad of experiences that it gets to have. So there's like a I don't know, I'm just feeling like a huge up-leveling, both for our individual fractal and for our higher selves as well, during the 7-7 portal, like a deeper integration that allows for a powerful up-leveling and activation. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to really explain it. But, yeah, it's a big energy. So why were we talking about that? We're talking about the individuation of the higher self. We're talking about, the ego. That's right. So as the higher self fractalizes itself, sends this piece forth to incarnate, in order to hold enough density to stay rooted and grounded to this planet and have this experience, the ego has to be developed. The ego has to be created, right? There has to be an aspect of our consciousness that is heavy or dense enough to be here. All right, so the ego is really important in that sense, because it's what keeps us tethered to this experience. All right? And the ego is a conglomeration of many things. It is very much so, in many ways, a conglomeration of the experiences, which turn into the stories, which turn into the way that we identify ourselves. And so that's going to be shifting and changing. And we're going to be releasing some of the identification so that we can bring forth more of the we say it all the time, right? The truth of who we are. Bring through more of the, it's like the higher self is going to be almost like overriding some of the programming, but not in a non-consensual way. All right, we are consenting to this. We are desiring this, or those of us who are, I guess I would say, that's what the higher self is going to be doing. And this reprogramming is going to be beginning on the 30th of June. I mean, it's happening all the time. It's happening constantly, but like really in earnest. So if you are desiring this deeper merger with your higher self, ask your higher self to come through. Tell your higher self that you would like to merge. More deeply. That you're ready to release more of the ego density. Because we don't need so much of it, right? In the third dimension, we need a lot of that ego density. Because it's very dense. It's the densest communal living dimension. All right, the third dimension. All right. But as we are moving through the fourth and the fifth and ultimately birthing into the sixth, right? We don't need that much ego. We don't need that much density anymore. We still need some to hold us, to tether us, right? Because this is a physical ascension. But we don't need the amount that we have now, so we're releasing the amount of that is required. And I hope some of that tangent that I went on a few minutes ago makes sense. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to just leave it for whatever. Some of it's my own mental musings. Some of it's, being channeled for a reason. I don't know. I love you guys. All right, so that is the 30th. Let's see. Got a lot of squaring. It's got definitely some squaring actions as well on the 30th. A lot of squares going on here. Venus square Uranus. The nodes. Pluto squaring the nodes. That action's been going on for a while now, right? As the nodes are at 1 degrees of Scorpio and Taurus, and Pluto is at, where is Pluto now? 29 degrees, 28 degrees of Capricorn. 29 degrees of Capricorn still in his retrograde. Like, we've got that Pluto square nodes action that's kind of been underwriting the last, I don't know how long here, a little bit now, a few weeks maybe. What else do we have going on? Pluto squaring Jupiter, it looks like, as well here. I wrote down most of the stuff here, but I didn't write down everything. Pluto squaring Eris, so that's always fun. All right, so not Jupiter. Pluto squaring Eris. Jupiter squaring True Black Moon. Moon square Mars. Yeah, a lot of tension, a lot of aspects of tension. And so essentially what that does is that's just, we're not going to feel comfortable just sitting still, sitting in our shit, all right? This is the energy that really stirs us to make a change, to take some sort of action. And for some people where it's like you've already, going back to the karmic partner energy, you've already cleared that energy out on a physical level. This is allowing for you to clear on an emotional level. All right, so moving forward here. On the 3rd of July, we have the full moon in Capricorn at 11 degrees of Capricorn. The sun is going to be in conjunction to Mercury. Hold on. Why do I have 14? Mercury, okay, loose conjunction to Mercury here. The sun is going to be in loose conjunction to Mercury. And I say loose conjunction because the sun's at 11 degrees, Mercury is at 14 degrees. So they're a few degrees away from each other. What's most significant about this, though, is that 14 degrees of Cancer is where the sun's, or the star Sirius, sun star, right? Our spiritual sun. The star Sirius is located. So Mercury, our lower mind, is going to be conjunct the star Sirius a few degrees away from the sun, all of course opposing the moon in Capricorn. So all of that beautiful energy there, this true powerful activation of the higher mind, lots of downloads coming through as we have Mercury conjunct Sirius, really clearing out. I feel like this powerful energy, as we talked about, like the reprogramming of our software that our higher self is doing, really feeling that energy coming through and deepening as Mercury, right, representing our lower mind, our linear thinking, gets a good upgrade as it comes into connection and conjunction with Sirius. We also have let's see, Juno still in close proximity, right? Juno will be very continuing to be activated, drawing in that soul tribe. All right, giving a deep spiritual, the relationships that are positive and beneficial for our soul are really getting an upgrade. They're really getting an infusion of this high, I want to say this high octane spiritual energy here. All right. We also have positive aspects of the sun and the moon to Saturn and Pisces and Jupiter and Taurus. All right. And this is really powerful because we talked about in the Saturn and Pisces video, and that's why I suggest that you guys watch that video, how all the potent energies, ascension energies of Saturn and Pisces, as we are activating, we are upgrading the physical vessel. All right, we're upgrading our light bodies, really activating the next level of our crystalline bodies. Right, bringing those high dimensional energies, anchoring those into the physical, anchoring in those high vibrational timelines, anchoring all of that powerful, potent spiritual energy, grounding that into the physical, into this physical reality. So it's a big, big energy. And then with Jupiter in Taurus, once again, we have that expansive energy of Jupiter in Taurus, which is the most grounded and earthy of all the signs. All right, so once again, expansion on a physical level, expansion in our physical material reality. So we're really seeing that the influence of the spiritual manifesting in the physical. If we have been putting the work, if we have been moving into deeper and deeper alignment with our higher selves, with our soul self, with our divine blueprint. All right, and that divine blueprint really coming online during this Sirian Gateway. Let's see. Oh yeah, as far as the mental reprogramming that we were talking about, I was really feeling it as well as moving from the brain to the mind. Do you feel the energy of that, the difference between the brain and the mind? Just think into that, feel into that. All right, let's see. I'm looking through this here, seeing if there's anything else I need to say about that. Just a lot of that powerful grounding in of energies. This is, the full moon is of course in the sign of Capricorn, which is also an earth sign. So more of that grounding energy, that force of action, right? And then there was something with the sevens. There's something with the seven. There's a whole mind, body, spirit thing that we have going on here. All right. Really powerful upgrades for the 7 chakra system. Expanding outward to the 12, 13 chakra system. All right. Really just all of this earth energy. And all of this with Saturn as well, right? This grounding energy really allowing us to bring through and anchor in all of this high vibrational spiritual energy, continuing to assist, like we said, that continued bifurcation process, right? Like we saw glimpsed in the Schumann resonance. We talked about that, right? We get that little peek of the energies of the new earth. All right. So more things to take into consideration working with the full moon in Capricorn is this understanding that it really feels like this full moon is giving us an opportunity to really establish confidence, to know, to feel good and aligned with our souls, with our give me a second here to, we're aligning more powerfully with our soul's blueprint, right? And this full moon in Capricorn is giving us the opportunity to feel confident in that, to feel competent, to feel as though we have the capability to take the actions necessary to continue to move down the path that we're being shown. All right, so it's giving us an opportunity to release, as full moons also do, any insecurities, anything within us, any of those belief systems that tell us that we are not capable of achieving our dreams, that our dreams are too big, too grand, that there's no way to make them happen, right? These self-defeating habits and behaviors, any of that energy, these self-defeating belief systems, any doubts about ourselves, our abilities to achieve and reach our goals, we're being given an opportunity to release those so that we can come out of this energy feeling much more aligned, feeling much more focused, feeling much more confident with a strategy to move forward, really creating that framework and that strategy that's going to allow us to succeed. That's what this full moon in Capricorn wants us to do. It wants us to really look at what's working and what's not, and to make the changes and alterations that we need moving forward. And to allow our higher selves, keep calling your higher self into all of these conversations, as we should always do, but as we really want to do, moving through this Sirian Gateway, this 777 gateway here. I also was noting during this full moon, as Capricorn rules the skeletal system, the bones, and the joints, I'm feeling like we're going to be feeling the ascension symptoms and energy, especially in the joints, but also, of course, in the muscles and the skeletal system and the bones. But really, especially with the joint energy. And Cancer, we want to look at those energies that Cancer rules as well, which I do believe is like there's something with like the breast. It's not the heart specifically. But like the chest area, the breast, I believe, and I want to say the stomach is ruled by Cancer. So those areas as well, but particularly those joints, the joints I was feeling. So maybe taking some supplement that helps to support the joints, doing some light stretching, stretching movement to help move the energies through would be helpful. CBD, really good for joints as well. All right. So moving on through 276, this is the conjunction of the Sun and Sirius. Huge influx of energy today and tomorrow. 76777. Big energies, you guys. The moon is going to be opposing Venus and Mars in Leo, and in the sign of Aquarius, creating a T-square with Uranus as the focal point here. All right, so that's going to be a big energy as well. And what I felt about this energy is that something is going to be revealed to us, something that we need to know and understand about what we're passionate about what really matters to us, about our truth and our desires moving forward, about our creative energies and the ways that we want to be directing those and utilizing those moving forward. And it could be with Uranus here, some sort of unexpected circumstance or some bizarre twist of events that brings about this realization and this understanding of what we truly want, how we really want to be using our creative energies, and how it is that we can use them moving forward to align ourselves more deeply with our path, with our spiritual path. So I thought that was a fun energy. And really a deep energy of discovery here. Let's see. I also wanted to mention something else. I think it was, full moon in Capricorn. Venus and Mars will be at their closest to conjunction this year. That's when they're going to be really, really close. 3 degrees apart. Lined up with Pallas Athena. Squaring Uranus and trining Chiron. So there's a powerful energy there. Powerful upgrade of the masculine and feminine energies there as well. Deep healing of the interplay and the interrelationship of those energies is what I'm feeling. And our relationship to the masculine and feminine energies within us and within the world in general. Really seeing and understanding that connection of how our inner relationship with these energies affects and influences our outer relationship with these energies and vice versa, right? As within, so without, as above, so below. And we're really, this whole week, Uranus is going to be pushing us and urging us to embody our true soul song, our soul signature, and sing our true soul song by really being our unique and individual self. Embracing that. All right? And going against the status quo where that is necessary. All right? And that doesn't just mean like the establishment and like the people that we would consider like the unawakened, right? This means the awakened community as well. If they're not resonating with us, right? There's a lot of ego within the spiritual community. All right? There's a lot of misguided energies. There's a lot of, like we said, false prophets, false light teachers. There's a lot of people falling into that energy, that lower vibrational energy. We talked about the replaying of the cycles that we've been replaying since the fall of Atlantis, right? The light workers breaking off, taking sides, many being seduced into a darker path without even being fully aware of the direction that they're going. All of those energies. All right, so Uranus is saying, like, be yourself, speak your truth, stand in your power. If you feel like, you may feel like you're going against the grain, that's a good thing. All right, many times, oftentimes that is a good thing. All right, don't just toe the company line, so to speak. All right, a lot of people, even in the spiritual community, are falling victim to that energy of, like, we would like, it's likened to like towing the company line. All right, speak up, let yourself be heard. Let's see. As we move into the 7-7 itself, we have a really beautiful, gentle, harmonious play of energies here. In the wee hours of the morning, the moon will be conjunct Saturn, retrograde in Pisces, with a positive aspect to the nodes. And then the moon will move on to trine the sun. All right, and we still have the major aspects that we've been talking about are still within reach, you know, Pallas Athena, Venus, Mars. And Pallas Athena, for all of those who are wondering why I haven't said anything about the influence of that conjunct Venus and Mars, it's really going to allow us that deeper insight into the interplay of these energies within ourselves and the ability to see the path forward. All right, still got that going on. Pluto square the nodes, of course. We've still got, you know, what else? What other major alignments did we have? Mercury kind of moving through, making different alignments. Everything that we've been talking about, the big energies and the influence of those is still the same. But now we have these beautiful harmonious aspects of the moon. And the sun, of course, is still, where is the sun on the 7-7? At 1 degree forward, right? So 15 degrees probably now of Cancer. Yeah. So still pretty much lined up with Sirius on the 7th as well. So all of those energies still pouring through. The moon creating this beautiful harmony, allowing us to integrate these activations and downloads through the emotional body. All right. That's it. That's all we need to say. I think we've covered the energies pretty well here. So let's pull some cards. I'm going to pull a couple activation cards, and then I'm being called to the Intuit Tarot too, so we're going to pull some of those. Let's get a couple activation cards out first for this clear. I wanted to say full moon in Capricorn, so I feel like that's going to be a big one too. Big energy day. For this 7-7 gateway, this Sirian Gateway, 777. Quantum leap forward, that's what I just heard. And remember, we experience these energies to the extent that we are prepared. To the extent that we are open, to the extent that we have been able to surrender. 777 Gateway, Sirian Gateway, third eye activation. Enough said, right? That deeper level of clarity that we were talking about being allowed there. Solar light upgrade. Perfect, right? Spiritual sun coming into conjunction with the physical sun. What more perfect card for that? Solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. And this also, right, something that Spirit is wanting me to remind people of is the fact that during the, and isn't that funny how it's in the shape, it's like a flower, but it's like a star in the center there. Just made up completely of light. So this could be like our spiritual sun, right? The star, Sirius, that beautiful white light, blue white light there. And then sitting on top of our physical sun behind it. Isn't that beautiful? The sun, of course, our life force energy, a personification of source energy, our source for source, so to speak. So really receiving our sun, receiving a huge upgrade. So stand out in the sun. Absorb the physical sun in your skin, through your pores. Imagine breathing that light in through your vessel, all right? Through all of your energy bodies, rippling out and through. Powerful, powerful stuff, you guys. Really lighting our inner fire here. Stepping more powerful into our spiritual sovereignty. So I love this. We got third eye. We got solar plexus. Ooh, we have Lemurian seed codes. Embracing sensitivity and uniqueness. All right. So there's that energy reinforcing that embracing of our uniqueness. Activating more of the light codes that we carry, the dormant light codes within us from our lifetimes in Lemuria, right? That we hold within our toroidal sphere, that we hold within our being. And the toroidal sphere, for those of you guys who want to look it up, it is it is part of our energy body, and it kind of moves out and around the energy body, and there's a certain pattern that it moves in. And the toroidal sphere contains all of the information, all of the encoding from all of our experiences in all of our existence. All right. So look up an image of the toroidal sphere, because it can be really powerful to take in the energy of the sun and imagine it beating down through the center of your body and then pulsing out through your toroidal sphere. Rising Phoenix Aurora, she talks about and teaches about the toroidal sphere. Powerful stuff. She actually has a video you can look up about how to charge with the sun. How to charge your energy with the sun on YouTube. Charge your crystals with the sun too. Especially if you have any Lemurian quartz. Using that during this portal. I feel like the Lemurians had a special connection. I mean, every ancient culture, right, has with Sirius. But it's like activating that within us. We are the crystals, right? And activating, I'm feeling like during the 777 portal, the crystals underneath the ocean that were planted and buried there during the fall of Atlantis in order to preserve the knowledge encoded within them, in order to preserve the energies, are going to be activated. Like, come online more. And there's a grid of energy that they're going to, like another grid of energy that's going to be brought online, so to speak. That's powerful. So send love to that process. Send love to the aspect of yourself, the version of yourself, the incarnation of yourself in Lemuria and Atlantis. Send love to these crystals. Send love to all of the ley lines of the earth. Send love to all of the beautiful temples and pyramids. Because the entire grid work of the earth, this could be a big portal for my grid workers. Mountains too. Something with the mountains, if you can get out into the mountains. I just heard Shambhala. All right. Mount Shasta, going to be very active during this as well, I think. Oh my gosh, we have the crowns. You can't make this up, you guys. We have the crown chakra upgrade coming out. Divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. But then we also have the central sun and the stellar gateway activation. All right, so this is like, in terms of like high level activations, upgrades, and energies, like spiritual energy. I mean, these cards are ridiculous, you guys. All right, so we got the crown chakra. We got the solar plexus, right? Stabilizing, anchoring, willpower. We got that third eye. We got that crown chakra. And then we got the stellar gateway chakra, these higher chakras, opening, activating. That's why we said the 7 chakra system, right? These are the biggest chakras that we're getting here, but all 7 activating, right? Everything activating. That's then opening up and activating, bringing forth the flowering is the word I want to use, of the 12-13 chakra system. All right. Stellar Gateway is the gateway to infinite protection. It is a manifestation vortex opening up here. And see, we're talking about sending love light to the pyramids and all of that. See the pyramids there? Pyramids really activating. The crystals underneath the ocean, the pyramids, the 13 keys, which are these key points of activation around the globe, key points of energy for the grid activating. We have Thoth up here as well. The scarab. So there's a lot of Egyptian references in these cards too. The scarab, not just reference to Egypt, but very, very prevalent in Egyptian energy. Thoth as well, right? None of these exclusive to Egypt, but definitely feeling some of those Egyptian vibes coming through here. Yeah. Yeah, so just huge, huge activations. And it's interesting, this card's been on the bottom of the deck for a little while here. Venusian Galactic Council. And we do have Venus very active, right? During this 777 gateway. I'm going to read that card for you guys. We have Merkaba activation under that as well. And the Seraphim's gateway. But definitely feeling that, the activation of the Merkaba. You want to be working with your personal Merkaba. All right, see it in the center there, the 8-pointed star. I like that depiction of it. That's pretty cool. I want to look at abundance downloads. I like that for the central sun. Regeneration. I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for regeneration in all terms of the word. Cellular regeneration. So like really, if you have something that you're wanting to heal on any level of being, right? I was thinking physical when I said that, but it could be something spiritually, emotionally, whatever. Definitely physically. There's so much cellular regeneration coming through. Go sit out in the sun. The sun is at its most potent and healing right now. All right, so go sit out in it. Just in the sun. All right. No barriers in between your skin and that beautiful healing light. Keeping in mind that I'm not a doctor when I say that. Where is this? Oh, I just went by Shambhala. Remember I said the word Shambhala came through. Home of the enlightened beings, the Buddha. Non-physical place of etheric retreat, healing. Still trying to find this. Maybe we don't have anything that we need to read about that. No, I don't think we do. I don't think there's anything we need to read about the central sun, but I am going to read you about the Venusian Galactic Council here. The Venusians are advanced cosmic beings similar to angels who come from the planet Venus. They are our starry ancestors and are dedicated to helping us experience and embody divine love. Beautiful. There are millions of them, and many of us will have them working with us as guides. If you feel drawn to this information or strongly connected to the stars or star people, there's a good chance that there are many extraterrestrial beings around you at this time, many of whom will be connected to the Venusian Galactic Council. Let's see. Governed by Lady Venus and Sanat Kumara, the Venusian Galactic Council is a divine board of directors who are responsible for recruiting light workers and leaders on Earth who have the potential to make a huge difference by following the call of their soul. And so, the way that I'm feeling this right now for people as I'm reading this is, if the Venusian Galactic Council, for instance, was, or any council, right? Any galactic council, whatever council perhaps recruited you for this mission, or you are kind of like working under or with, in concert with, I like in concert with better. They may be reaching out and contacting you in some way during this Sirian Gateway. They want to begin working with you more closely because your mission, the time has come for more direct, I don't necessarily want to say oversight, but more direct guidance. All right. And so if there's some of you who know that you're working with part of a council, whether it be the Venusian Galactic Council, the more traditional, just say the Galactic Council, Confederation, whatever it is, the Council of 12 Elders, you know that you're working in concert with some type of council, but you haven't had a whole lot of connection with them yet, and you feel like you've kind of been stumbling around in the dark. You've been doing a great job, all right, but you're now getting to the point where more direct guidance is necessary, a more hands-off approach, an approach of allowing you to have your experience and find your way first through learning how to cultivate that connection with the higher self. And this is why, is what's coming through right now, is the reason that we aren't guided directly from the start, like the way that we want to be. Part of the reason for that there's a more hands-off approach in the beginning of our spiritual journey. Some of it has to do with us just learning how to activate and work with our psychic senses, right? Because the world teaches us to turn those off, and then we have to work towards turning them back on. And there's a lot of trauma, a lot of fear, a lot of stuff from being in this density, in this dimension for lifetimes, that cuts us further off from that. A lot of different stuff, right? We talk about all those different things. So there is that aspect of it, but there's also, like, our guides take a more hands-off approach because we're meant to be developing and cultivating that connection with our higher selves, where we don't need external guidance, right? We don't need a council whispering in our ear telling us what we need to do. It's about us developing that courage and confidence in ourselves and our ability to discern that and our ability to connect and tap into our higher selves. So for a lot of us, we've been on that journey, and there has been very little interference because that journey was so important. All right. But now we're going to be, we're at the point where we're ready to receive more direct influence or support, more information. Your dreams are going to be extremely important. For a lot of people, those beings that you are working with, in concert with, for your specific mission on this planet, they're going to be begin contacting you through your dreams. So pay close attention to your dreams. And meditation, of course. All right. Let's see. And here's the message that goes with this card. This is a call to action. You are being asked to step up and create the changes you want to see in the world. You have a reason for being here, and you have the potential to inspire, support, and heal your corner of the world. Don't let this information scare you or overwhelm you, for you are being prepared energetically to step into this role. The ideas that you have been having recently are divine downloads, but you aren't being called to make dramatic changes to your life, simply to move forward step by step. All right, we don't have to do it all overnight. It happens in stages. The Venusian Galactic Council will reveal more information to support you. Be aware of downloads of information and spiritual signs, for they are confirmation that you are on the right path. And you guys, we're going to begin seeing signs, synchronicities, angel numbers off the charts as we continue moving forward. I've been seeing 777 like crazy lately. 1111 and 777. I don't know what numbers have you guys been seeing. Let's see. What else did I want to say about this? Oh, yeah. And the other message that they want me to make sure that I bring through for you guys is do not diminish yourself or your worth, or think or believe that what you are contributing isn't big or isn't enough. All right? What you are contributing is more than enough. It is perfect. It is beautiful. You are making a huge impact and a huge difference. Spirit really wants every single person watching this to know and understand that. Because we compare the way that others make a difference to the way that we make a difference. And Spirit's saying no way is too big. There is no way to measure. All right? The impact. You know, say for example, I'm on here and, you know, there's a few thousand of you that are watching me, and I'm making a difference in your lives. All right? And the lives of the people in my immediate environment, my clients. All right? That's a wave, that's a ripple. There's somebody else who has 10,000, 20,000 people watching them. All right? And they're making a ripple, and they have a bigger, they are perhaps, we would perceive them as making a bigger ripple, right? There's somebody else who doesn't have a platform to speak on. All right? But they have a tight-knit circle of friends and family, and they are like a huge source of comfort and strength. All right? An invaluable ally to the people in their individual life. Spirit's saying none of these things, none of us are making a bigger difference than anybody else. Everybody else is making a powerful, we're all making a powerful impact. The ways that we impact are different. The amount of people sometimes is different, but the sonic boom of energy that is created by each and every single one of us, like, it's all important, it's all worthwhile, it's all perfect. We all came here to do this in different ways. Do not compare yourself to somebody else. Do not think that you know or understand the impact that you are making, because those ripples reach far further and far wider than you can possibly imagine. So do not put yourself down. Do not judge yourself. Do not diminish yourself and the impact that you are having. Spirit's saying, do not diminish the impact of your heart. All right? The power of your heart is exponential. When you share that with the world, and that doesn't mean share it with the whole world. When you share that with one person, that person is the world, right? Remember, I am a drop in the ocean. I am the ocean in a drop. All right. When you share that energy, it's like an explosion. It's like a nuclear blast of love. All right. So Spirit wants to make that very clear, because there are some people watching this who put themselves down, who are shooting all over themselves, right? I should be further along. Oh, I just saw the Sirius card as I was putting the cards away in the deck. I should be further along. I should be doing more. There it is again. Keeps popping through. And Toth under that. All right, the two cards that I was expecting to come out that we didn't see yet as I'm putting the cards away in the deck. Just for confirmation there. Toth wants to work to bring through more information, more downloads, more understanding, especially when it comes to aspects of your other incarnations and how they are relevant to this one. And for some of you guys, aspects of your incarnations in the Sirius star system itself, bringing forth more of your true Sirian energy. All right. That energy coming through, healing. All right. Healing that part of you that needed that message that you are worthy, that you are making an impact, you are making a difference. Spirit's saying, stop with that bullshit. Stop demeaning yourself. Stop putting yourself down. Stop comparing yourself to others. You are fulfilling your soul's contract, your soul's blueprint. All right, just keep moving forward. Don't give up. And take all the healing energy that you need during this powerful portal. All right, crystal skull wisdom coming through. There's so much clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. There is so much healing energy coming through. So much knowledge for those who are seeking and ready for more knowledge. Just, yeah, recalling power, future thinking, evolutionary downloads, Arcturian light codes. So much. I cannot, we could go on all day with the intensity and the power of this energy and this upcoming week. Clear. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm here for it. We'll try to do a live stream, or we'll do a live stream at some point as we move through this week. It's going to be a very busy week for me. But I am looking forward to connecting with you all at some point here as we move through this powerful gateway of energy. Yeah, halls of learn, like so much. We can't keep going on. I do have to wrap this up. I guess we're not going to pull any Intuitive Tarot right now. Clear. But perhaps we'll do that on the live stream when we touch base sometime coming up this week. For those who are watching this in real time as we're moving through these energies. Anybody watching the replay, there's a reason. Remember, we can tap into these energies at any time. If you find this video and you were drawn to it and the 7-7 has come and gone, time is an illusion, right? We can move throughout time. We can play with time. You can set the intention to bring yourself into this connection with this portal and receive what you need to receive. And you can tap back into this portal at any time if you need to, in order, once again, to receive what you need to receive, in order to integrate, in order to elevate. All right. I love you. I appreciate you so much. You are all so incredibly beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and let me know. There are links to donate if you feel so moved to do so. My email and my website are in the description box below. Please reach out to me if you would like to do any one-on-one work with me. I do personal readings, personal astrology, and tarot readings. I do powerful energy healings, angelic energy healings. And Belvespita really would be very aligned during this energy, that angelic healing of the heart modality downloaded to assist with our ascension as we move through these changing energies on this planet. Entity removal sessions. I do hypnosis. I'm taking clients for my waitlist right now for the aura, quantum healing, hypnosis, past life regression, entity removal sessions. Those are powerful. Talk about aligning with your higher self. We work directly with your higher self to clear you, to heal you, to show you what you need to see and understand, to answer your questions. They're profound sessions. And I will be beginning to offer those late summer, early fall. So if you want to hop on the wait list for that, let me know about that as well. I'm sure there's other things I do that I forgot to mention, but you can check out most of it on my website. The Raw Reiki, entity removal, and the aura sessions, I'm still adding all of the information on those to my website. It's like under construction as I'm recording this. Depending on when you're watching this, it may all be up and running. Yeah. Don't forget to check out my other channel as well if you have not yet. I started a channel. It's just quick 10-20 minute card pulls for all the zodiac signs, moving through different signs in the zodiac, timeless readings. It is called Dark Side of the Moon Tarot, and that is also linked in the description box below. Much love, many blessings. Talk to you all soon.